Hey guys, Dan here with today's quarantine video, and this isn't so much a review as it is more of a recap, because I want to talk about the Parks and Recreation reunion that they had on last night. It was a donation type thing to help Feeding America. But Michael Schur, the co-creator, I guess, of Parks and Rec, got literally, I mean, everybody together that we know and love from this show. Not everybody that's ever been on, of course, but I mean, people that I had completely sort of forgotten about. Jason Mantzoukas, and I even forgot Paul Rudd was a big portion of some of the later seasons. So it was cool to have him sort of kick things off in character, but breaking the fourth wall by talking about how it's a Parks and Recreation reunion. But he wasn't Paul Rudd, he was his character. So I thought that was really cool. And basically the point of it was to, try and raise money for Feeding America, and the donations are going to be matched up to, I think it said $500,000, any donation, through that website by May 21st. And NBC and I think it's State Farm is going to match those donations. So I thought this was a really cool idea. This is actually the first one that I've seen. I've seen two of the concert shows now, but this is the first one that I think I'm going to get up and donate to. I've been very fortunate to be able to keep at least my full-time job. My part-time jobs at the mall are gone, obviously, right now, but I think everybody, should give if they're able to. Obviously, this is a hard time for so many people. So, this is, watching the concert was nice. And I was like, oh, that's cool that they're doing this. But I don't know. This seemed so special. The fact that everybody, was on board in character. They wrote an entirely new episode, essentially, for us. It wasn't just, God bless Billie Eilish and Billy Joe Armstrong and Elton John and all the people that have performed songs and stuff. But I mean, this was an undertaking. They had to figure out a way that it made sense to have all these people together. And even like the married couples on the show, they had in separate rooms because, of course, they don't live together in real life. So, Andy, Chris Pratt's character, was trapped in the shed, for the last couple days. And Ann Perkins, played by Rashida Jones. Oh, well, her character went back to work as a nurse, so she's been quarantining in another portion of the house, from Rob Lowe's character. It all made sense. So this was the one I was like, all right, you know what? I am going to donate to this because I think this was such a great idea and just a love letter to the fans. And it was also really well done. I don't want to, quote-unquote review it because I think, it's a charity event. It's sort of, I don't know, not in good taste, I think, to be like, oh, well, they could have done this better or this. But if I were to grade it, it would be a very high one anyway, because I thought this was just great. I thought everybody really, came back and brought their A game in such a fun way. I mean, the script was funny. You definitely got some laughs out of it, but you got to see all your favorite characters and what they've been up to for the last few years. Now, the finale of Parks and Rec advanced it a couple of years. Last week when they announced that they were doing this, I wasn't sure if that was going to be I couldn't remember how far in the future they went. Was it 5 years like Desperate Housewives? I couldn't remember. But it was only a couple of years. So the last season of Parks and Rec was in 2015, but it took place in 2017. So here we are now 3 years after that even, learning about, what everybody's doing and where everybody is. And, Jerry's now the mayor of Pawnee, which is great and hilarious. And, Aziz is as what's his name? Randy, right? Is doing his thing. I know them so much as their real names. It's hard to remember. Tom Haverford. I know he played somebody named Randy on some other show. Tom, of course, Haverford. But to have him in there, and then they did a couple of fake commercials with some people that we might remember. I sort of forgot that Jason Mantzoukas was on the show, and of course they had to bring John Ralphio back for something that was great. And they had my two favorite sort of recurring characters, Joan Calamezzo and Perd Hapley. I thought it was great to have them back again doing their thing. Joan kind of going a little bit nutso in isolation, and Perd being his usual like weirdo self. And I love that people sort of still have the feel of their characters. They haven't played these guys in 5 years, and yet there's no makeup crews right now. There's no set design crews and costuming. These are all just people coming together and doing what they can to look like their characters. And in some cases it's pretty easy. You throw on a suit or something for Adam Scott. But like they sang a song together at the end of the show, a tribute to Lil Sebastian, 50,000 Candles in the Wind, and Chris Pratt had the Lil Sebastian shirt on, and when he was Johnny Karate, he had the karate outfit on. It's like, you wonder, did he just take those from the show, or were they sent to him for this episode? Either way, everybody came together for it. It was so great, so funny, and one of the best surprises was Megan Mullally, who plays Tammy 2 on the show. Ron Swanson's hideous ex-wife. He of course is married to Megan Mullally in real life, so they even wrote her into the script that she's been hiding around his shed or whatever. And so he has her tied up in the one scene, and it's just so funny that they even thought to include her, because why not? They obviously are quarantining together in real life, so bring her along. But I just wanted to come on and say, if you haven't seen it yet, please watch it if you're a Parks and Rec fan at all, because it really hits the spot. I mean, it was like seeing old family members. I mean, it's how I felt when Will and Grace came back, or when Roseanne came back. It was just like, oh my god, like this is what my quarantine has been missing. Yes, I Zoom with my real friends and I Zoom with my family and everything, but to see all my favorite characters from a great show come back, it was truly something. I would love if other shows took this lead in this time of quarantine. I'm not sure if they can do it as well as they did it here. Just everything came together, you know what I mean? So I will say also, please, if you can, if you have a few extra bucks, please, donate to Feeding America, or any of the great charities that they've been, pumping in these sort of charity, movements and specials and videos and everything, because it really does help. And I think a lot of us are more fortunate than we even think sometimes, so but yeah, this is the one that got me to say, all right, you know what, yeah, this especially if they are going to match my money, I think that was a really nice idea too. But this was just a great idea all around. I'm so glad Michael Schur had the idea, and that everybody kind of came together for it. Chris Pratt, is such an A-list superstar now, that I love seeing that he hasn't forgotten, sort of what brought him to the dance. I mean, it's like when Michael Scott came back for the finale of The Office after being gone for a couple of years. It's like, I mean, yeah, Steve Carell had done other things. He was on The Daily Show, and he did 40-Year-Old Virgin, like, right when The Office first came on. But, The Office is obviously what gave him his superstardom. And it's always nice when people can do that, Not that Chris Pratt's really doing anything right now anyway. He's not, Jurassic Park 3's on hold, or Jurassic World 3, whatever. So, yeah, I thought it was great, and for them to get everybody was super. So, please give if you're able to. I'm going to, I have the link there in the description that you can click on if you want to do this particular charity, Feeding America, which I think is cool just because they are matching it up to $500,000, which is great. But, if not, enjoy the video and catch it on Hulu, the NBC app, if you have like Comcast or whatever, it's probably on your on-demand service as well. But it's definitely worth watching. It was really great to see everybody. So that's my video for today. So tomorrow we're gonna have my TV reviews. Usually I do that Thursday, but things got kind of shuffled around this week. And then Sunday I'm going to have my movie reviews for the week, and then Monday I'm not sure. I have a couple of things in the works. I may have a Dan Does Disney up. I may also, I'm trying to get a Dead to Me Season 1 review up before Season 2 starts next week, so I might do that too on Monday. So we'll see. Plenty of things, plenty of time in the quarantine, but thanks so much for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Be safe.